Yes.
So tell me about what you're working on. It sounds like you have amazing projects on the docket.
Yes. So I am currently working on a few like personal passion projects. I have a mental health project that I want to shoot with hopefully some friends who are models. We can go a bit up north from Los Angeles and uh, take some cool shots. It's all about different things which people go through and have to deal with for many on a constant basis. So I'm very excited about that. I do have a few more projects coming up, which I'm not really allowed to talk about yet, but hopefully in the next coming months I will share them, and it's so much fun. I'm very excited.
Nice. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about these mental health projects that you want to work on.
Yeah. So when I was a bit younger, a few years ago, I myself struggled very much with depression. I was high functioning, but it was very much really hard for me. I mean, there were like not a single day went by where I didn't have like a suicidal thought, and so I kind of want to tell that story through this like art series that I want to shoot. And I kind of want to shoot on each different like theme regarding to mental health, like depression, drug use, alcoholism, schizophrenia. There's a lot of different things which people go through on a day-to-day struggle, and they still show up, and they still, they're suffering, but they still persevere. And it's something which I'm passionate about myself, like allowing room for mental health discussion and to I mean, I think what's very good what's happening, because the stigma every single day, I think, it's 2022 and the stigma around mental health is really going down. But even so, there's still, especially amongst young adults and even young males, unfortunately, as well, it's a lot of like toxicity regarding mental health. So I'm thinking, just in general, I'd like to be able to promote the topic of being open regarding mental health and stuff. So I kind of want to do that through this art series that I want to shoot.
Yeah, I want to go back into your art. You had a lot of your art featured in a lot of places recently. Congratulations. Tell me how that came
Thank
about.
you. Thank you. So that came about through years of perfecting my craft. I worked very hard to uh, just practice every day, photographing people, trying to understand how each part of the image has to tell a story and look pretty, and conveying some sort of story through my portraits. So there's two facets to how it came about. The first was the actual technical aspect and being a good photographer, and then there's also the networking and in-person meetings and whatnot it takes to actually get to that level of um, interest in you, and to be able to promote your work there and whatnot. There's been an incredible amount of blessings for me. I'm very thankful, and so it happened through immense amounts of networking and not giving up. And even when you hear no, still not taking it for an answer, right? Still being like, it's a redirection. Someone said no, okay, so find someone else who'd express interest and whatnot, right? So it's about having tenacity, perfecting your craft, and networking like crazy, online and in person.
And what initially got you into art in the first place?
Initially, so it's interesting because my first camera I ever held was a video camera, I should say, was like this big 1970s, 1980s camcorder that um my family had. It had like these giant cassette tapes that was how you filmed. And so I would play around with that when I was a little kid. And then, of course, point and shoot cameras came out, Canon and whatnot. And from there, I would go around town and taking photos of everything. And so I've always loved it. I've always like had an eye, and I've always been really passionate about it. And then naturally, the time I decided that I wanted to, start working and start pursuing something professionally, it was going to be photography, because I've had an affinity for it, and that was kind of like where I was headed.
It's nice, yes. And where do you want to see? Where do you see yourself in the next few years going with your art?
I definitely would love to create my own magazine and tell stories regarding, of course, talent, actors, musicians, singers, directors, but also I want to travel the world and tell stories of people who came from nothing and are in the process, in the midst of, or have made it successful career wise. and their challenges, and like do a whole, almost like a, like you've seen like a Vogue GQ cover spread. So imagine like a whole magazine, but regarding people who legit were self-made and putting them like they're some celebrity and whatnot. I think that could be really cool. So that's kind of, I think that would probably have to take place in a few years down the line, but it's something which I'm definitely very interested in.
And is there any artists you want to collaborate with?
Yes. It's well, do you mean regarding photography wise or regarding like talent wise, like people I would love to work with and photograph?
Both, both.
Both, yeah. So there are some photographers which I very much appreciate their work, and Annie Leibovitz, of course. I mean, she's a huge, very talented photographer. A friend of mine, actually, his name is Luke Fontana. Really, really nice dude and ultra talented. Of course, there's the great Sid Avery from old Hollywood, but I don't think he's alive right now. But um, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some people, and but there's definitely a lot of people who I really love their work, and they're amazing artists and photographers, and so I really would love to just honestly be on set with them and just see how they work, because I'm sure I've learned so much from them. And then regarding talent wise, I Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, Leonardo DiCaprio, Doja Cat, Lana Del Rey. I mean, the list goes on. I have a very, very long list of people I'd love to work with. And I'm sure I will get the chance to over the next coming months and years and whatnot. But they're definitely on my vision board, and I'm very excited where I'll be heading and whatnot.
Yes, and one thing I like asking people I interview is tell me a fun fact about yourself.
A fun fact about myself is that I was born with my left leg about an inch shorter than my right, and so it's a little leg discrepancy. Not many people notice it, but I mean, if you look, it's present, and so that's kind of just a fun fact, which I guess if people have never seen me or met me in person, they wouldn't know.
And since we're a TV site too, what are you watching these days?
So I mean, the first episode of season 2 of Only Murders in the Building on
Yes,
Hulu came
yes.
out today. I did not get a chance to watch it, but I am such a big fan. Last time I was in New York, I binged watched the entire season with my siblings. We loved it. And I actually had the chance to photograph Martin Short, Ryan Broussard, I think I might have butchered his last name, and Selena Gomez from Only Murders in the Building, which I'm actually probably going to make a post about it on LinkedIn and Instagram today. I'm going to post the photos I took. I love them. They've all been really nice to me, and I love their content. I think they're amazing. So that, of course, Stranger Things, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel. Um, there's a lot of shows which I have been watching and I love to watch. I just have to find the time, or not find the time. I think it's about priorities. It's creating the time, right? But there's a lot. I love filmmaking and TV, and so I'm very excited to get back into it and to watch the new episodes of all these shows, which I think so much talent and creativity goes into it. It's fascinating, and I appreciate everybody's work involved. Everyone should be credited, and I respect it a lot. You know.
Yeah, I had to actually watch Only Murders in the Building the first season a couple of times because each time I watched it again, I noticed something I missed the first time around. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that I think that's something which could happen with any TV show, but especially some, right? And it's like you notice a new thing every time, whether it's the dialogue, the acting, the cinematography, the costumes, the creative direction here, the music. It's I just so much talent and creativity goes into these shows. It's amazing. And yeah, I'm glad you liked it. I saw how passionate you got when I said that show. You're like,
yes,
yes, because I'm the same way. I agree. I concur.
yeah, because I literally have it on my Hulu right now, ready to watch as soon as I get off the phone with you. So
Amazing.
yes, I'm so excited. I waited all day for it because I was busy all day, and I'm like so excited about it.
Yeah. It's really great. I'm excited to watch it as well.
Yeah, and what would you say was your guilty pleasure TV show or movie?
I don't think I have a guilty pleasure. I love every single genre, maybe except for horror. But in my head, I'm like, I don't think something is considered a waste of time or bad, because I mean, like, there's no one right way to live your life. And so it's kind of like, if you want to spend your time doing this, then that's that's how you choose to value your time. And I respect it. That's cool. Like, I don't think it's a waste of time. And regarding guilty pleasure, let me think. I don't think anything is a guilty pleasure. I just like what I like, and it could be the most like cringy thing, or it could be not. But I think that was a heavy answer for a simple question.
Nice. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I don't consider any of myself guilty pleasures either, but there's just some that I just like when I'm in a bad mood or something's going on, I just have to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I get that for sure. Well, what is one of your guilty pleasures?
Oh, Housewives franchise. The Real
Nice.
Housewives, yes.
It's so entertaining. They the way they edit it even, and then like the producers of these reality shows like tell people to create drama. A lot of people get hurt because like they're getting pressured from the producers to say this to this person or that, but it still makes for entertaining content.
Yeah.
So it's very entertaining. I get it. I get it. I see you.
Yep. And every time I watch, I go to bed and thank the man upstairs every night, thank you for making me normal where I don't have to act like this.
Yes,
It makes
drama
me
free.
appreciate my life. It makes me appreciate my life that much more.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. I get that.
Nice. Well, where can we follow you on social media so we can continue to follow your career?
You can find me at Zusha Golden on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. My website, zushagolden.com, which was actually, I heard my amazing friend Schneier Smith. He's an amazing web developer and designer. And so like whenever I have a chance to shout him out, I do because I just love my website so much. I want to get his name out there even more. So my website or really just anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. Like you could find me on all the platforms.
Yes, and you have a very unique name that I'm just obsessed with now. Is there a meaning behind that?
Yes. So I'm Jewish and
Okay.
it means sweet in Yiddish.
Okay, okay. I like
Yeah.
that. That's very cute. I really like that a
Thank you.
lot. Yeah. Well, Zusha, it was a pleasure to speak to you. I can't wait to do this again soon. You're allowed to talk about your next project.
Yes. Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me, and this was very fun. Yes.
Likewise. Have a good one.
Okay. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.